Could this be the final week Sean Combs spends behind bars? After a dramatic bail hearing last week, we're diving into what transpired and what might lie ahead for the troubled rapper, who is currently in detention as he waits trial on federal sex crime charges. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
This could prove to be a very interesting week in the Sean Diddy Combs legal saga. Why?
Could Sean Combs be released from jail just in time for Thanksgiving? It's a possibility. Honestly, I would have said it seemed extremely unlikely, but after what we witnessed on Friday during the latest bail hearing before Judge Arun Subramanian, the judge currently overseeing Combs' criminal case and one who hasn't previously ruled on this bail issue, things may be looking different.
It seems a lot more probable. I'm going to explain.
Combs has been held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in D.C. in Brooklyn since his arrest in September. As you're aware, he's facing charges including racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Specifically, from 2008 to 2024, he allegedly used force, threats, and coercion to compel women into sexual activities, including engaging with male sex workers in what's referred to as the freak-offs. Authorities claim he ran a criminal enterprise involved in various illegal activities, including violence such as kidnapping and arson. We've known this.
And now two previous judges, a district court judge and a magistrate judge, both previously denied Sean Combs bail, siding with the prosecution's arguments.
Given these allegations, it was argued that Combs posed a danger to society, was a flight risk due to his wealth, power, and resources, and had potentially engaged in obstruction by improperly contacting witnesses and victims involved in the case.
And this, by the way, is despite the defense putting forth a very expansive bail package.
A $50 million bond, home confinement, no phone or internet access, 24/7 private security to monitor him, strict limits on visitors, and additional restrictions. What? Leading up to the hearing on Friday, again before Judge Arun Subramanian, who had not yet made a decision on the issue since being recently assigned to the case, prosecutors were also equipped with additional evidence.
So a very expansive bail package, one that I really haven't seen.
Leading up to the hearing on Friday, again before Judge Arun Subramanian, who had not yet made a decision on the issue since being recently assigned to the case, prosecutors were also equipped with additional evidence.
More arguments, more evidence. Why? Because as we previously discussed on Sidebar, they alleged in a letter to the court,
while behind bars at the MDC, Combs has been violating Bureau of Prisons rules. This in itself could be used to argue that if he can't follow the rules while incarcerated, what makes anyone think he can be trusted on the outside? But putting that aside, prosecutors also claim he's been engaging in unauthorized communications, such as making three-way phone calls on a monitored phone, using other inmates' phone access codes, and utilizing a third-party text messaging service. They allege he was doing this to instruct others to contact witnesses and possibly influence a potential jury pool. One example of this is the social media campaign prosecutors say he orchestrated around his birthday. You may recall a video released by his family showing them wishing him a happy birthday while he was on the phone from jail. Prosecutors argue that the purpose of this video was to sway potential jurors, and they have evidence suggesting that was his intent. Now, there are many other arguments from both the prosecution and defense regarding the bail issue, but the best way to understand it all is to look at what was discussed during the hearing itself.
Now, something I have to mention about going over this hearing, there are no cameras in the courtroom, so we couldn't see this for ourselves. In fact, there's limited electronic devices that are allowed as well. So we're basing this off of reporting from those in the courtroom about what happened.
The first issue that arose during the hearing on Friday wasn't even about bail. It was about what happened just a few days prior.
You see, the defense had accused the prosecution of improperly taking photographs of potentially attorney-client and work product privilege material in Sean Combs' detention unit.
The issue that came up during the hearing on Friday stemmed from a recent contraband sweep at the MDC. The defense argued that this was a targeted operation aimed specifically at Combs, though prosecutors denied this, stating they were not involved in the search. During the sweep, an investigator from the Bureau of Prisons reportedly took photos of notepads, sweeps, from Colmis's unit. Ultimately, after a hearing, Judge Subramanian ruled that the prosecution must destroy 19 copies of those pages, and they could not use any evidence obtained from those photos in their bail arguments. One of the key points the prosecution wanted to make was that Colmes had been improperly reaching out to a particular witness, which they claimed could be shown through one of these photographs.
And Judge Subramanian said that he would have to resolve at a later date if there was, in fact, a privilege violation. And if there was a violation, I'm not even sure what that remedy would be.
Colmes' defense team has requested that the indictment be dismissed and has also called for the prosecution team from the Southern District of New York to be recused. We'll see what happens next.